How to text a girl the right way. This is the age-old question. You can go through forums. There's a lot of guys out there that give you, this is my exact text message game. This is exactly how you run it from beginning to end. This is the cardboard cutout canned opening text that you send a girl every single time, no matter what. And what's wrong with that? Well, it's not authentic. It doesn't show you. It doesn't show who you are. It doesn't show anything about you. If you look at some of the text messages that I send, they generally have some form of a pattern to them, but there's a philosophy behind them, and you never really know what I'm going to text. There's no real way that you can steal my text and then just put it straight in there, because I've got a philosophy behind my text. There's a lot of guys out there that say that they have the perfect message or strategy, and this is fundamentally faulty and disingenuous, because what we need to do is we need to go back to the interaction. How was your interaction in the first place? Because if your interaction in the first place was really bad, well, it doesn't really matter what you text. There's no magical code of characters that you can send and hack the system, because she's not really going to get to know your personality via text. Sure, you can give her your Instagram, and she can go through your Instagram and she can say, oh, okay, this guy's pretty cool, or he's got some sort of status. Sure, you can send voice messages or video messages. I definitely recommend you edge towards voice messages and video messages from now on. You should be trying to get from old school text into voice messages and video messages, but that's another thing for another time. The most important thing is the interaction. And one thing that I've been noticing recently is that there's a guy in New York, in Manhattan, and he's been running through some of his interactions with me, and the vast majority of these interactions only go for, some of them only go for 20 seconds. Some of them only go for 1 minute or 2 minutes, and he's ejecting. A lot of guys on Oxford Street in London, they go down, they just run, and they speak to a girl for 1 minute, and then they're out of there. It's super fast. That's way too fast. She doesn't have time to know who you are. She doesn't have time to gauge who you are, know anything about you. You are just this cardboard cutout of a man that came over to her and then left. You're not really in her reality. You're not really even a human being in her eyes. You're just some random person that wanted something and left. So how do you fix that? Well, firstly, you need longer interactions so that you can become a real person in her eyes. The longer you speak to her, the longer you can make that interaction last, the longer you get to show your personality. She gets to meet you. She gets to see who you are. And so longer interactions are definitely preferable, unless you have a way of projecting your personality in a way, and you can see if in a short period of time, and you become very experienced at this, and you're speaking to a girl and you can see she's attractive. I've shown my personality, it's worked, I can see that she's attracted to me and it's going well, boom, then you can get the contact information and then get out of there. That's perfectly okay. But if you're speaking to a girl that's on the fence and she doesn't really know anything about you, a longer interaction, if you can stay there for 20 minutes, if you can take her for some sort of a coffee or go for a walk together and get to know each other a little bit better, she's more likely to build some sort of rapport with you. And the more knowledge she understands, the more, in such a short period of time, even 20 minutes, she gets to understand you and your personality, the more likely she is to trust you. Now, trust is very, very important. When you think about it, what is the most dangerous thing for a woman? I know in first world countries it's a little bit ridiculous, and a lot of you guys out there, you're probably thinking, I'm not very dangerous. But most men are they're just larger and physically stronger than women. So statistically, well, men are just the most dangerous thing for women. And that's not just in first world countries. When you go to second world and third world countries, they're more likely to fear you, because the poorer the country, the more dangerous it is for women. So you need to somehow let her know that you're obviously not a threat. Project your personality so she understands who you are, and then she trusts you a little bit more. She's more likely to respond through text. But if you're in there for literally 1-2 minutes, a guy was telling me how he spoke to a girl and she goes, "Oh no," and then he left. These two people didn't get to know each other. He said he was speaking to a couple girls, and he ejected from the conversation a little bit too soon. Short interactions don't always pan out too well because she doesn't have time to get to know you. Another facet of that is if you are in a interaction and you're getting to know her, and you do not have any understanding on what her schedule is this week, what type of work she does, so you can figure out what time she might be free and what time she's not free, and seed some sort of a date plan that you guys might have in common that you might want to do together. If you just randomly text her, "Oh, let's meet up at Sunday 12 midday, we're gonna go for sushi," or whatever, and you didn't realize that she works in a restaurant or a cafe at lunchtime on the weekend, and you thought, okay, well that's it, and then next thing you know she goes, "Oh, sorry, I'm working," and then next thing you know you are flowing back in and straight away going, "Okay, well let's meet up this time." Well, this is a road to nowhere. "Okay, well let's meet up Monday then." "Oh, you're busy then." "Tuesday, Wednesday." "No." Well, then you're going to have to flow back into some sort of conversation before you try to line up. You need a little bit more information before you can then go into lining up a specific date and time. So then we go all the way back to the main problem here, and that is your interaction. Did you see the date? Do you have any understanding on how you can fit into her life? Did you build enough rapport with her? Did you speak to her? Did you show your personality? Did you get to know her and let her know that you are not a threat, that you are a cool, well-adjusted guy that can be trusted to reply to and come out with? And if you haven't shown all that off the interaction, there's no miraculous formula for altering where in the code of text that's going to change anything if your interaction was really bad. So if you like this video, make sure you click the subscribe button and click the bell icon so you don't miss out on any future videos I'll be bringing out on dating and relationships. My book is now up for sale, and if you want some one-on-one coaching with me, I've got some Skype coaching at the moment. Skype coaching or just video calls online at the moment. We're not running any boot camps at the moment. You can fill out the form and contact me directly to line that up. I'll see you in the next video.